case followed by so many, the brutal killing of a boyfriend, a jury convicting Jodi Arias in the crime. But tonight, another turn. Jurors unable to decide whether she deserves the death penalty late last week. And in an ABC News exclusive, they are now speaking about what it was that had them so divided. Here tonight, ABC's John Schriffen.
By a show of hands, who voted to give Jodi Arias the death penalty? All three of you. Why?
Because the state proved their case. It was premeditated.
Three of the jurors in one of the most talked about cases in recent memory are taking us behind the scenes as they weighed the fate of Jodi Arias as she stood trial for brutally killing her ex-boyfriend, Travis Alexander.
When I first walked in the room, into the courtroom, I didn't think she was the defendant.
Just this very innocent look.
Was it hard to get over that initial appearance?
Not once the evidence started flowing.
Kevin, a banker, Diane, a retired 911 worker, and Mary Lou, an ER nurse, spent 5 months listening to graphic testimony.
It was extremely gut-wrenching, extremely emotional, very taxing.
They reached a unanimous verdict, guilty of first-degree murder, the more difficult choice, life in prison or death.
I felt she could contribute something.
The jury made 2 charts, weighing a list of Arias' redeeming qualities against the brutal details of the crime.
Day one, we had gone through one and really gave life a chance. And then the next day I got to sleep on it and I said, well, let me go back and visit the other side.
They thought about the 2 sides of Jodi Arias, the meek defendant
Do you have a mirror?
versus the arrogant woman the public saw in jailhouse interviews like this one by 2020.
The Jodi today is the one that killed Travis.
And that's the one you were prepared to send to her death.
That's right.
8 jurors voted for death, the other 4, life in prison. A deadlock. The judge declared a mistrial.
So you have no hard feelings against any of the 4 people?
No, they did their job. They did what the law said to do. They had a definite conviction, and they stood by their convictions. We all did.
Arias' fate now rests with a whole new jury when the death penalty phase is scheduled to start back up again in July. John Schriffen, ABC News, Phoenix.